from Sugar House in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is Poker Night in America.
Welcome to Poker Night in America. I'm Doug Polk, and I'll be your guest host for the next few episodes, which feature the explosive grudge match between Mike D'Antali and Cate Hall. Let's take a quick look back at how all the animosity between Cate and Mike erupted leading up to today's historic event. Leading into this event, the whole poker world laid out odds for who would win today. Cate ended up with the slight advantage at 1.2 to 1, so we'll find out if popular opinion is right. Also, one more thing before we get to the table, we have to mention that in an effort to make some good come from all this animosity, both Cate and Mike are representing different charities. They are encouraging all viewers to show their support for either player by donating to their respective organizations. Cate is playing for the Committee to Protect Journalists, and if you want to support them, text CPJ to 91999. Mike is representing a Philadelphia charity called Community Volunteers in Medicine, which offers free health care to low-income families. If you want to support them, text HEALTH to 91999. These are both worthy charities, so please help us show how generous our community can be. With that said, we had a moment to catch up with both players to get their thoughts ahead of the kickoff, and here is what they had to say.
Big day today. I'm heading over for my match with Mike. Feels like a long time coming. I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like pretty prepared for it. So I think it's gonna be a fun day. We'll see. Anything could happen.
I'm coming in today's match feeling pretty good. Looking to sit back, relax, take my time, take control, and win this for Team USA.
Both of these players start with 15,000 chips. Mine start at 75,150, and they go up every 90 minutes. This is a best of 3 heads-up match. Poker Night is brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal. And we are kicking the action off here with Cate Hall looking down at 10-8 suited and raising it up to $400. The blinds for today's match are going to be 75,150. And Mike makes the call with the Queen 5 offsuit. Not a great hand, but you're playing heads up. You only have to beat one person. Any two can do. But not on that flop. Cate Hall flops trips. Mike is now up a creek. No chance he can win this unless it comes running queens or backdoor straight. Not too likely. But he should be able to get away at some point here. Bit of a light flop call from Mike. Let's see what he has in store. Now he's going to take the betting lead here on a card that doesn't make much sense. Deuce doesn't really hit many hands. So what is Mike representing? To me, it looks like air, which is funny because that's exactly what he has. Cate decides to go over the slow play and makes the call here on the turn. Let's see the river. The Queen of Diamonds is the worst card in the deck for Mike. He thinks he's now moved into the lead. Little does he know, he's up against 3 of a kind. For Cate here, the question is now to call or raise. She decides to go for the smooth call. Mike triumphantly shows his hand.
Easy game.
But it will not be good.
Cate, I just want to thank you for not raising me and saving me $4,000.
You're gonna call a $4,000 raise?
You didn't do any studying, Doug Polk? You didn't tell her when she flops trips what to do? My God, thank God. This match was going to end early. Holy crap.
No, Mike, somehow that didn't make it into the game plan.
Yeah.
You know what they say, if you can't take the heat, Get out of the commentary booth.
4.
Open and a call here. Mike with the 10-3 offsuit. Bit of a loose call pre-flop, even by heads-up standards. Cate's gonna check it back. On the turn, both players pick up gut shots, and now it's a good spot for Mike to go after it. His $500 bet is going to be met with a call by Cate, but he might be able to win this if he fires again on the river. Both players pair their 10. Cate's got him out-kicked. It's a little bit thin to go for some value here, but she might go for it. Quick call by Mike.
Well, I'm just getting roasted here.
Mike, you were already getting roasted the moment you popped that caller.
Doug Polk, do you like the check call? Because I knew I was getting cooler again, buddy.
In all seriousness, Mike, you actually played that great. Other than pre-flop, I was a bit loose. 9-8 offsuit for Mike on the button. Bumping up to $300 to go.
Is it 3? I can't say.
Bit of a small raise, it's the minimum. I would expect Cate to play many more hands facing a small size raise. She decides to call with 10-6 offsuit. Ace-6-5, small piece for both players. Cate flops middle pair. Mike flops a gut shot straight draw. He's gonna bet and try and take it down the flop. If Cate does call, he can improve to the nuts on the 7, or maybe look for some other good bluffing opportunities on later streets. Cate does call with the middle pair, and we're seeing a turn. Jack of spades is actually a pretty strong card for Cate. She picks up a 10-high flush draw to go along with her middle pair. And Mike checks back, probably looking to just surrender his hand. The river's a 5 of diamonds. Cate in the lead, but certainly doesn't have a strong hand.
Wow, the only card I could bluff her off of is a 6.
Well, Mike, you could have bluffed her off of a few hands, but that would involve having to bet again. Cate off to an early lead here, picking up some hands, making them count. Mike opens the button to $450 with ace-3 suited, and Cate makes the call on the big blind with 10-7 of hearts. Eight-6-6. Neither player flops a pair, but Cate does flop a gut shot straight draw. Mike kicks his hand off by betting $800 on the flop. I would anticipate Cate putting in at least a call, gut shot straight draw, backdoor flush draw. It's enough of a hand when you're playing heads up to at least put one bet in. Cate does decide to make the call, and we're taking a turn. Both players have a good shot at this pot. It's really going to come down to what cards run out
1,000.
and how they play it. Turn queen, Mike bets $1,000, and it's hard to imagine Cate can do too much here. Mike's bluffing, but at the same time, he actually does have the best of it, and Cate does lay it down. Mike takes down his first pot of the night. It's a small one, but you gotta start somewhere. Mike flexes on Cate after taking a few knocks to the ego. No love lost here. Stick around after the break to watch Mike and Cate's friendship bloom.
Do me a favor, could you outplay me one hand and show it? Show me some skill.
Welcome back to Poker Night in America. I just wanted to mention quick that Poker Night has launched a new free poker app for Android and iOS. Download it, play poker with your friends, and you could win an all-expense-paid trip, including the 5K buy-in, to play against people like Mike, Cate, or maybe me on an upcoming episode. So while you're all pulling out your phones to download the app, we'll get back to the action.
Do me a favor, could you outplay me one hand and show it? Show me some skill.
You're doing a good job outplaying
Can you do
yourself.
that for me, please? Could you prove everything I've said about you wrong one time?
Poker Night is brought to you by Sit and Go 2.0. Go to sitandgo20.net and claim a free Sit and Go 2.0 strategy ebook. Cate looks down at the queen 10 and opens up 300 to go. Mike quickly into the pot with a powerful pre-flop holding 5 deuce offsuit. This is almost as bad as it
Check.
could possibly get. King Jack 7-2 spades. Cate flops an open-end straight draw.
Check.
Decides to check it back, playing a little bit on the tricky side. Turn comes a 5, check, check once again. And Mike makes
1,000.
backdoor 3 of a kind.
And after you fold, I'm going to show you a deuce.
Now for Cate here, it's a huge bet, so she doesn't have to call with really weak hands like queen high.
I'd be more impressed if you can show a card other than a deuce. Can you do it? Nope.
Show me another what? What do you want me to show you?
Into the muck, Mike shows a deuce.
I'll show it to you. You're not
Yeah,
talking
show it.
anymore. Like I said, there's 2 parts of playing poker. There's getting smashed in the deck like you have been, and there's showing skill. Earning pots, winning pots.
Which one was leading queen 5 on the turn on the first hand?
You're breaking down hands with me now after you check trips, 10-8, and a heads-up pot when I have top pair? You just
I didn't
flattered
check
me?
it.
I mean, you just flat
Can you
called
even
2,000?
remember the hand?
So let the record show Cate at no point checked that hand. I'm not exactly sure what Mike is talking about. Mike limps into this pot with the king 5 suited. Cate looks down at actually the worst hand in poker, 7 deuce offsuit. We're taking a flop. It's a cheap one, but could be a big one nonetheless. Queen jack 7, Cate flops bottom pair. Mike flops 1 overcard. Does he want to take a stab at it? Checks it back. Interesting turn card. Mike now picks up some additional outs. He can win on an ace, king, or 9.
Isn't it 300?
And he's going to start bluffing here on the turn. Cate makes a check call with the bottom pair.
How light did you just call right now?
She's not happy about the situation, but still has a chance to win this pot.
I'm going to make you fold and show you a 5. I'm going to bet 1,000 and show you a 5. I don't have a 5. Oh, I do have a 5, yeah. You called me too weak on the turn. Very easy to bluff you off on the river.
This is the second time we've seen Mike show a card after betting. However, it's not a bluff because the other card was the goods.
Call.
Opened by Cate Hall with 5-4 offsuit. Call in the big blind by Mike with the 7-4 suited. 9-7 tray. Cate flops a gut shot straight draw and Mike flops middle pair. Mike decides to lead out a little bit of an interesting line. If he gets a lot of action with this hand, he's going to be in a tough situation. But he does get some value. Cate calls with her gut shot straight draw. The turn's an 8, which should slow Mike down, and Cate also decides to check it back. I'd probably prefer to see Cate bet here on the turn with the 5 high and the gut shot straight draw, give herself a chance to win the pot. But she checks it back bricks, and when she faces another check, decides to fire. 800 here to Mike, who has a 7 and does not like to fold.
This hand's a fold, but I want to call. It's a bad run out for me, and it doesn't make sense. There's so many hands and drawers that beat this small pair I have. But there's just something about your body language that tells me you're full of
That might be the only time Mike tells you about his small pair.
This could be a read gone bad. You know what happens. But it.
You win.
That's called playing poker.
Something.
That's poker.
If that's playing poker, I've got a few things to learn. We have to take a quick break. Mike needs to hop in the tanning bed and shave his triceps. Stay tuned, the trash talk continues when we return.
This is going to be a good one, Cate. Let me ask you a question. When you challenged me to heads up, did you realize there's a lot of variance involved when you first did it? Because later on you stated in your tweets, you're like, what was on my mind and all of this. When you first spat it out, did you realize that at all?
Did I realize?
There's a lot of variance in heads up?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I mean, there's variance in poker. It's a thing.
I'm sorry?
There's variance in poker?
No, more in heads up.
As someone who's won a bracelet 3 of the last 4 years, I'm gonna say there's basically no variance, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Cate Hall raises into the pot with Jack 9 suited. $400 to go. And Mike is firing, bumping it up to $1,200 here with Big Slick. Ace King offsuit in the big blind. But Cate does have a hand worth seeing a flop. She can make some decent pairs, some flush draws or straight draws, and in position heads up.
I'm going to bet bind 1,000.
You want to call with hands like this, so post flop you can run some bluffs. Now Mike bet dark for $1,000. That means before seeing the flop, he has already bet 1,000. It's not a good play strategically, but if you want to show some dominance, it might be right up your alley. Cate does flop top pair, makes the call. 10 of diamonds on the turn is going to add some complexity here. Now Mike has the second nut flush draw to go along with his 2 overcards, and Cate has to be a little bit afraid of this card. There's a small chance Mike hit it, or he has an overpair, and if Mike has a flush, she's drawing dead. Big fold here on the turn from Cate. I would have liked to see her call and look to play some rivers, but she makes a conservative laydown because she thought Mike had the goods, but he didn't. Mike's fought his way back to around even here. Opens it up to 350 on the button with the 5-4 offsuit, and Cate looks down at ace-4 suited. Decides to call.
This is going to be a good one, Cate.
I'm hoping it's a good one.
I feel it.
And Mike's feelings were on point.
I'm just like a genius. When I feel it, I feel it.
Flops an open-ended straight draw, and he doesn't even realize that Cate has the nut flush draw. 2 big draws for both players. Now Mike bets $600. Cate's going to at least call. She could consider raising, but she makes the call.
Spade draw?
9 on the turn helps
That's a
nobody.
big card for me. That's a really big card for me. Spade one time, dealer.
Mike checks it back. I would have preferred to see him barrel the turn, but
Can never get the spade, dealer.
Mike's going to play how he wants to.
I'm going to bluff at it again. $2,000. Sounds good. 2,000. The bet.
He does river the backdoor straight.
Good fold, Cate.
Taunting his opponent as he bets the river.
Bye-bye.
It's easy to taunt your opponent when you have a very strong hand. It's much tougher when you've got nothing at all. $7-9 offsuit. Cate raises up to $400, and Mike calls in the big blind with King 10 suited. Very strong hand by heads-up standards, could certainly re-raise with this hand from Mike. Fall comes 10-8-4. Again, both players flopping a pretty decent-sized piece. Mike has top pair, second kicker. Cate flops an open-ended straight draw.
How much?
She starts off with a flop bet, $500 to go. And now it's to Mike. If he thinks she's bluffing, he can call, let her try and bluff later streets. Or if he thinks he's just got her beat and she'll call, he can raise. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Makes it 1,000 to go here. Now, Cate's just getting really good odds to draw to her straight. She's probably going to call, like to play the turn in position. Four on the turn helps nobody. And now if Mike had a really strong hand on the flop, like 2 pair or a set, her straight draw is drawing dead. Mike fires 1,000 again, a very small bet in relation to the pot here on the turn. About 1/3 the size of the pot. Cate makes the call despite not liking this turn at all. Sometimes your odds are just too good. 3 on the river does not help Cate. Mike will win this hand unless he somehow folds.
1,500.
Betting here is unlikely to do much for Mike. If he checked, I imagine Cate would have probably bluffed. When he bets here, what can she really do with 9 high? I mean, even if she thinks Mike is bluffing, she has 9 high. and Mike takes down another one. Things are turning around in a hurry.
Yo, tell what's his name, they'll come back in the box because I get him.
Each player holding their own so far in the felt. Don't go anywhere. I'll stake you in a Play Money tournament if you're here when Poker Night in America returns. Here's a look at the results so far. Just a quick reminder, both Cate and Mike are representing a charity that you can donate to in support of either player. The info is at the bottom of the screen, so please help us turn this animosity into a force for good in the world. We'll be back next episode with more from this historic grudge match from Sugar House in Philadelphia. If you want more Poker Night, you can find us on social media, including Twitch and YouTube, where you can find full-length episodes, live streams, and exclusive content. Also, don't forget to download our free poker app. You and your friends can have your very own Poker Night, as well as a chance to win a seat in our show. Search for us in your app store and download it today. For everyone here at Poker Night in America, I'm Doug Polk. Poker Night in America is brought to you by Kimosabi Mezcal and Singo 2.0.
Do me a favor, could you outplay me one hand and show it? Show me some skill. Could you prove everything I've said about you wrong one time?
You're doing a good job outplaying
Can you do
yourself.
that for me, please?